What's going on YouTube? You know what time it is. It's that time of day again. The time of week, I guess, for me, where I upload another YouTube video for you guys. I'm not gonna throw out any more apologies. I think you guys have heard enough apologies from me. But regardless, this video is gonna be from the season one playoffs. I'm gonna do a little recap for you guys. A lot of people have been asking me to do recaps. I didn't do one after UMG Orlando, and that's the first time I haven't done one after a tournament since Black Ops 1. Um, just because I wasn't happy with the performance, I wasn't really comfortable talking about it, I guess you could say. I just rather forget about it, put it behind me, leave it in the past, don't immortalize it in a video. Uh, but UMG or SN Season 1 playoffs, that went all right. You know, we can talk about that a little bit if you guys want. So basically, it was kind of a shitty weather weekend up there. Me and my girlfriend Tiffany decided to do the drive up. It would have taken us about 6.5 hours to drive, and also it would have taken me 7 hours to fly due to connections and stuff like that. So I decided to just say, screw it, I'm gonna just drive with my girl. But we didn't count on there being snow the entire way up, so we had to drive about 30 miles an hour the entire way up. The 5.5 hour drive took me, I mean, it's 5.5 for me, 4 from her. It took us about 8.5, 9 hours for me. That's it's kind of rough, but that's just kind of the way it goes when I crashed my car last time going to the open event for AW. So I wasn't driving my car anymore. She was driving hers. I kind of made her drive the whole way up, which isn't, I guess, the manly thing to do. But I wasn't about to crash her car too, so I let her drive. It took us about 9 hours. It's kind of frustrating, but we made it there safe and sound. And then it just proceeded to shitstorm the rest of the weekend, just fucking dumping snow everywhere. But onto the games, I guess we stayed at a pretty good hotel and stuff like that. But onto the games. So first match we played Envy, and I'm sure as you guys know we lost that match 3-1. We won Solar Hardpoint. We lost Biolab S&D. We lost Detroit Uplink, and we lost SNCTF. Now the Biolab S&D and the Detroit Uplink we kind of gave to them. We played way too standard on the Biolab and let them take control of the game. We also on Uplink let them score too many unanswered dunks, and we really just let them control the pace of their game. We played their game. We kind of choked on the Uplink. We lost by 2 points, and we choked 2 throws. We missed 2 throws, and also JCap went for a 2 point play when he could have had a 1 point play. So that's a potential 3 points that we could have had added to the board. It's like free throws in basketball. You can't be really missing those free throws, or an extra point in football would be, you know, it holds more weight. Like if you miss that 1 point throw, then it kind of changes the entire game. So, we lost those, and then the Ascend CTF, we got mollywopped. Joe went off on us. I'll give that one to him. We beat him on the Solar Hardpoint. They beat us on the Ascend CTF, and we kind of gave away the last two maps, or the middle two maps, and then dropped the losers. But our confidence never wavered. We all, kind of talked about it and got together and like, yo, that it was just a fluke map, first game jitters. It happens. Let's make a run through the losers. This isn't like a UMG or even like the old, flops or like the old MLG tournaments where you lose first round in, winners, and you have to go through double the amount of teams to get back through to the final match. With an 18 tournament, it doesn't really matter when you go out, when you go into losers. It just matters when you lose like the whole tournament, because like as you can see, like so we dropped down and we played Prof, right? Envy beat us. Envy lost the very next match, dropped down into the same round that we were in after we beat Prof. So we both have won one match and both have lost one match, and we're in the same round. Even though they beat us and got advanced to a round ahead. In normal tournaments, if you beat us, like you beat a team, you get advanced, you drop, you're like 2 or 3 rounds ahead of them, which matters a lot when it comes down to playing the losers. Like if anybody remembers my UMG Philly run with TK, we literally played, 9, 10 matches after losing first round in winners to get all the way back to the champ finals. Whereas here, I had to play like the same amount as everybody else, other than if you're in the winners, obviously. But played Prof. We played really well against them. They're not really a real team anymore, so I don't really have much to say about the game. They beat us on a pretty crazy Biolab CTF, but we just applied the pressure in the search terrace, and I can't remember the hard point that we played them on. I think it was Retreat. Yeah, it was Retreat. And we just played really well against them. We didn't really let them get any momentum. Let them get their feet wet. We kind of just put it to them hard and put it to them quick. We didn't want to give Ricky a chance to kind of manage the entire team. We just wanted to pile on all the pressure as fast and as hard as we could. And it seemed to work out really well. We ended up winning that match 3-1 after losing the BioLab CTF in overtime, pretty horribly. So went on to play Aware, and Aware's a good team. They're a really good team. I think all those guys are really good. They're the up and comers. I guess they're not really up and coming anymore. All these guys have been kind of cemented into the pro scene. All those guys unaware, and props to them for fighting their way through like the S&D ladders and tournaments and stuff, and finally making it to the variant players. And they're really good players. The series went a little different than we all predicted that it would. Aware is one of the stronger S&D teams in the game. I firmly believe that. I've watched a lot of their S&D gameplay. That might seem a little weird coming from me, but in all honesty, they have some really interesting and unique strats, and I like to, get a bunch of different strategies that I can implement into my team. So if I see this team doing it and it works, I'm like, hey guys, let's do this. And we played the first map and got absolutely railed on Biolab Hardpoint. Like I'm talking like fist straight up there. And we kind of brought it back towards the end. We were down like 220 to like 60 points, so we ended up bringing it back to like a more manageable like 250 to 150. Like we didn't get blown out, but we pretty much like by the last hill, it was already mathematically impossible to come back. And that kind of shocked us a little bit. We were like, oh crap, like this is gonna be a lot tougher now. We expected to win all the respawns, and we just lost the first and probably the most important respawn in the entire series. So we kind of, excuse me, we kind of, got together. We're like, all right, guys, let's win this search on them, and we played that search solar, and I kind of just took hold of the game. We won about three 3v4s. We also won a 2v3, a 1v2, a 1v1. Like we literally just outclutched the opponents. Like search in this game has a lot to come down to like clutches. Like with the way the EXO works, there's not as like efficient trades as there was in old Call of Duties. Like if a guy was in a position and he's like, this position is only good for this one spot, like to kill this guy in this one spot, and he kills him, but now he's in such a bad spot for the opponents. Like those guys are gonna trap him in there, they're gonna surround him and kill him. But like in this game, you kill somebody, you dash, and you're fucking out of there. So it comes down to like these 1v3s, these 3v4s, all these weird situations where you have man disadvantage, and we just clutched up. I had a fantastic game. I think Attach had a really good game as well. We just I think I went like 16-4 or something like that, and I was hitting a bunch of really nice snipes that kind of kept us in the game, making a lot of really nice plays that kept us in the game. And then we moved on to the third map, which was Detroit Uplink. We moved on to the third map, which was Retreat CTF, which I'm sure all of you guys know what happened. We were up 3-1 with a minute to go on bad side. It was a stalemate and ended up choking 2 flags in 45 seconds and then another flag in 30 seconds in overtime. Ended up almost capping in overtime to match theirs. We were like literally a half a second away. Accuracy got a pretty good spawn to stop our flag run in overtime, and it was just a breakdown of communication for that. When we had the stalemate, I called out I was watching bar. Somebody called out they were watching back steps and gap, and so that leaves the third person. I called out a 4 defensive strat. I said, fuck their flag, we're just going to play 4D. If we just stall for another 30 seconds, we're good. And then so that leaves the last person to watch mid-map lobby, like top circle area. Even though I was top circle, I was looking down low bar, and I called it out, but then replays didn't tell me that he was down low watching bar as well, so nobody was watching court and middle map, and literally somebody just ran straight down the middle of the map, jumped on a circle, shot him and jumped down, and like in the middle of all 4 of us killed him and returned it, and they had a relay set up. It was just a breakdown of communication. We've worked on that since then. We have stalemate strategies now. Excuse me. We have stalemate setups and all that kind of stuff. I think our stalemates are going to be a lot more successful going into regionals and COD championships. Then we played Detroit Uplink against them, and I also had a very good game against them. They couldn't really touch me when I was using the bow. They couldn't get any map control. I literally held Atlas the entire time, just kind of slayed around them. Slater on my teammates' middle map. They did a really good job of flanking, getting into garage, getting into blue when I needed them to, and basically allowed me to just do my role and hold map control and slay for them. And we ended up taking that game. And then going into the last map, Riot Search. It was anybody's game at that point. It tied up 2-2. They had a big momentum swing with the CTF. We had a big momentum swing with the uplink. And then so it was kind of just like anybody's game going into the Riot. And they played pretty well. We played pretty well. And we ended up just taking it by executing better. We got the favorable trades, the favorable timing. Replays had some nasty turn-ons to demoralize them. A lot of those kills that you get when you turn on somebody, say it's a 3v3, and you turn on somebody to make a 3v2, that makes it a completely different ball game when if you turn on him to kill him and he kills you, it's a 2v3 in that situation, and you're not the extra man to help plant the bomb or whatever. So it's really, really important to, to continue to like keep your man advantage up or keep your men up regardless of what happens. And Replays did a really good job of that. We had some really nice clutches. JCap had a super, super nice 1v1, or it was actually a 1v2 and a 1v3 back to back, second and third round. So they really kept the momentum going. We ended up taking that series. Moved on to play FaZe Red after that, or FaZe whatever the name of their team is. You guys know what I'm talking about. And we won the first map pretty handedly. I kind of went off. We played Detroit Hardpoint. I had like 48 kills or something like that with a BAL on that map, which is a lot. It's a lot of map control if you're dropping 48 kills on Detroit. They basically couldn't come on the mid streets at all. They had to go around, and my teammates were just stacking like the blue, the green, the garage, the hotel, and they couldn't get in there because my teammates were all stacked up. They took the search recovery because we're kind of bad at that map. I don't know if I should really admit that on video, but we've been working on it. We've got a couple new strats we're going to break out for COD Champs, and hopefully we fix our mistakes on that map. Moving into the third map, oh yeah, Biolab Uplink, I think it was. No, it was, crap, I can't remember. It wasn't a Sen CTF. I don't know, I think it was Biolab Uplink. I know one of the maps was Biolab Uplink, and the other one I think was Retreat CTF. Oh yeah, I remember now. So, Biolab Uplink, we played them on, and I'm not sure which one went first. I can't remember, but I think Biolab Uplink was first, and we literally just held control the entire game. Aches wasn't slaying the way he usually does. I guess not in this game, but you guys, like I know how Aches can, and allowed us to take full map control. They weren't grabbing the satellite enough. They kind of were like slaying around it without grabbing it and just giving us multiple chances at fighting them around the ball. And it just didn't work out in their favor. And then we played them on Retreat CTF, and it kind of just, we were down, 2-0 with about 2 minutes left, and we end up clutching up real hard and getting 2 caps in about 45 seconds to tie it up. And then I think we went to overtime. We had a really, really nice break off to cap a flag in about, a minute and a half, something like that. And we started off on good side, going into the overtime. Oh, excuse me. And basically we just got the kills poolside, and then I noticed we got 3 dead poolside, so I literally just backtracked all the way back to our cave and hid in our cave. And I was like peeking out, looking at our dub steps and stuff, and I saw 2 of them, and they didn't see me. They expected all of us to keep pushing, but I was just hiding back there. And then like one came up the ramp, I shot him in the back. One was top dub looking at JCap all the way at their lobby. I shot him in the back. And then I believe the last guy, but my teammates got a third one, and the last guy was Parasite, like in our gold or something. He tried to come after the flag because he had to make a play. And I hit a really nice shot on him to stop that as well. So just heads up play by all of us, get it, winning the break, and then for me rotating back and stopping their overextension, because they kind of have to OE in that situation. They can't go back to their flag and waste that time. So, yeah, we win that match, and then going into the TK match is getting kind of long already at 14 minutes, so I'll kind of try and hurry this up for you guys. TK match, it was only 3-0. We had the whole tournament. The retreat hardpoint kind of demoralized them. They were coming off of that 6-5 loss last map to Optic, and to lose the retreat hardpoint the way they did to us, to come back from 60, 70 points down and bring it back to a measly 5-point game. It was crazy, like we kind of, there was about 20 seconds left on the bar hill, and I called out to push it for the win. Like, you win that 20 seconds and you win the game. But we ended up not winning that 20 seconds, and then we were stuck on the back rotation. We were late on rotation, so then we had to break their attic hill, and we were trying to flood through the front, and I spawned in towels with like 15 seconds left to go. And if you go watch the video, the VODs, you can see it. I come out of towel to poolside, and I'm about to run in lobby, and I said, screw that, That is how you lose games. There's 15 seconds left. This is our last chance. So I'm going to go all the way around back steps. So I went to gap, nobody gap, went to back steps, nobody back steps, come up back steps, and there's two dudes in the top lobby just looking down, shooting both in the back, turn around, got a three-piece on sharp coming up the back steps. Ended up winning that game for us. I dropped like 48 in that one too. And like I said, the map presence you have when you're dropping those kind of numbers with a bow is just insane. You know, when you're dropping those numbers with a sub, that's just pushing out cuts, and that's like you expect them to be in your face. But with the bow, that's just map control, and you can't really do anything about that other than have another bow to match you. We played the search, and that's one of our better search maps that we played them on Terrace, and we out-clutched them yet again. You know, like we had some 1v2s, some 1v1s that were really clutch. You know, Attach almost had a 1v3, got a hit marker with a sniper. We just literally out-clutched them and executed them. And going into the final map, I'm honestly not even sure. Oh yeah, it was Comeback Uplink, and Comeback Uplink is like one of our best maps. I'm sure you guys have noticed, but basically, we just kind of gave it to them, put them in a spawn trap. We were all slaying really, really well, just kind of putting them in the dirt. And we ended up getting 20 points, I think, in that one, and to solidify the 3-0. I can't really remember, but we played really well on that. And so going into the finals match against Optic, you know, we just had to make it through the first 3 maps. We had to win that Riot Search and Destroy that we played against. If we just made it through those first 3 maps, by winning one of them, so it's 1-2 count, we would have won the uplink. It would have been 2-2, and then the last map would have been a grab bag. The last map would have been who outperformed each other, but it would have came the last map in that first best of 5. And if we would have won that, the second best of 5 literally had like 4 out of 5 of our best maps, and we would have dominated that second best of 5. We just had to make it there, and so we played on that first map, Bilap Hardpoint, one of our worst maps. We didn't get destroyed, but it was pretty bad, you know, like we lost by like 60, 70 points. And then the Riot Search and Destroy, you know, we just literally like small mistakes cost us that game. Replays planted the bomb on the wrong side at one point. We pushed middle, like they blind countered us one time. There's just so many mistakes. Like I had that one, like we were down 4-1, I think, and come all the way back to 5-4. Like me clutching that 1v3. JCap clutched a 1v2, like, oh yeah, and there was like another situation where we had like 3v2 bomb planted, and we just all die by this like same guy, and like that kind of stuff can't happen. It was just little mistakes that cost us that. Like I had that 1v3, and then I almost had another 1v3 to win the game. Like that stuff, like you can't count on that to win you games. That was a lot of luck involved in that. Also a lot of skill, but a lot of luck. And you know, if I would have clutched it, it would have been like, oh, that's so sick, but it wasn't really like, you know, wasn't like can't rely on that to win you games. So we lost that map, and we're like, damn. So we go into the Ascent CTF, and it was already kind of all hope lost. Like we gave them good side to begin with for some reason. I don't know why we gave them good side to start with. They went up 4-0 on us, and you know, it's kind of just too hard to come back from that. So we basically just decided to keep trying as hard as we could, and we ended up getting a cap or two on like with garbage time left, and ended up losing 3-0 to Optic, which kind of sucks. You know, I've only been 3-0 by them in this game, and it's really frustrating. I'm 6-0-6 map count against them now. I guess Scump's got some Scump could talk back to me about my Blops 2 map count against them now, but you know, we'll get them. We fixed our Bilap Hardpoint, we fixed our Sen CTF, and you know, I think we're gonna be really, really scary going to the champs. So that being said, it was a great weekend. We netted you know, $15,000 as a team for the Dial Esports. I'm proud of my teammates, JCap, Attach, and Replays. Make sure you guys check out all their Twitters and all their YouTubes. And you know, that being said, I hope you guys have the good rest of your day. That's it for me, y'all. Much love. Peace out.